Come on, connect. Okay, I think we're live. Why would you waste your talent like this? DSP does not appreciate this song at all. Streets back, alright. Yeah. Yeah. Everybody, rock your body right. Backstreet's back, alright. Why would you waste your talent on a hack like this? You forgot to set up the stream ahead of time. Wow, what a professional. I don't know what glitch is talking about because I never had a glitch when I played it. But I played it on PC, so that may have been why I didn't have any issues. Did they not send out the alert? We should be okay. It's just music. I'd avoid it too. Alright. God. Great morning. Wake up, make some food. Well, had a headache, but Advil takes care of that real quick.
Instant death. Instant death. Instant death. Instant death. Instant.
Hey, y'all ready for a 500-hour playthrough? Only 500 hours we actually do everything. Kind of like you can beat Skyrim in 20 hours, or you can play for 100 hours and not get past the second main quest. All depends what you focus on. Death, instant death.
Instant fucking death. Yeah. Come on, everyone, together now. Together with the song of instant fucking bullshit. This is the worst fucking video game ever. Oh my fucking god! I hit him with the rocket. He's fine. I go up to shoot him and I die instantly. Die instantly. Die instantly.
Found in stone, holla holla.
Instantly.
Fresh out of the shower. Thankfully, I didn't have as much of my road to snow blow as I thought I would. One neighbor apparently got tired of dealing with the no plows on our road too, so he got a plow for his lawnmower. We already had about half of it done. Like, well, you doing your half, I'll get my half done all today. I was a little late to stream because I spent about 15 minutes talking to him afterwards. It's pretty funny how. Oh, hey, you're out and about. Yeah, let's talk for a bit. Yeah, no, I figured I'd get the plow because I got tired of being stuck in whenever it snowed. So I got one for my lawnmower and it works great. Yeah. And I bet your lawnmower is a lot easier to get working than my snowblower. Only had a couple issues this morning. Thankfully, I still had starter fluid, so it's like, alright. And pull while spraying the starter fluid in, and there we go. Rumbles to life.
Fuck your mom, fuck your dad, fuck the skill. Instant death, it's instant death.
Oh, DSP actually booted the game up beforehand. Make sure I had all the patches downloaded. About damn time. It's been multiple times where it's alright, time so guys played the game. Wait, what? There's a 1.2 gig download? But guys, I guess we'll just sit here and you stare at me. If it comes to HBO Max, yes I will, Exia. I'm so glad I had today off. The person who's supposed to close fuel tonight is like, yeah, I can't make it in. Like, alright, get a hold of the people already there. Like, when it's time for you to leave, just shut it down. Fuck it. Like, how busy were we? It's like, we only had 3 trucks come up today. A lot of the trucks can't make it in. Like, so, alright, it's not that big a deal if we shut down early. Yeah, like 3 trucks in 5 hours. Like, so you're doing absolutely nothing. I'm not doing nothing, I'm playing Genshin Impact. Well, yeah, fine with that. Lucky Excalibur. Yeah. Like, oh no, you're playing Genshin Impact 1 o'clock. It's like, well, you have nothing else to do. There's only been 3 trucks in 5 hours. How much left for you to do? 7 Dead Girl, how you enjoying it? Yeah, of course I had to start Fallout 4 right before all the big releases came out, right? I'm still very tempted to get Elden Ring on Steam now that I can hook up a controller to my computer. Ooh, Ghostwire Tokyo? I thought it was a PlayStation exclusive. And also on Steam. Coming out March 25th. There it is, Elden Ring. Oh. What's the deluxe edition come with? It doesn't say. You can click on it. Oh. What does the deluxe edition come with? There are no reviews for this product. But I don't know if it's good or not. Here it is, deluxe edition. Full game, digital art book, and original soundtrack. Allows players to enjoy viewing concept art, listening to in-game music of Elden Ring. Yeah, not worth it. A pre-order bonus. Bonus gesture, The Ring. Yeah. On the intro. I never actually got on to beating Dying Light 1 because Witcher 3 came out and yeah, Dying Light just disappeared. Dying Light 2, Stay Human, available now!
See what kind of enemies are around here. There's some geckos. There's definitely cool activity up here.
Let's see, deluxe edition includes access to Restore DLC. They'll be available in months after release. Exclusive weapon charms, legendary outfit, legendary noble weapon, legendary paraglider skin, wallpapers ready to print, digital comic, digital art book, digital soundtrack. Ultimate Edition contains all that. Plus 2-hour night XP boost. Wallpapers ready to print. Crafting items. Expansion pass with 2 extra stories will be available in the months after release. Yeah. I'll wait 3 months. Get it when it's half price. Ron Jambo! Hada hada! For the Patreon perk.
Oh, here she is finally. Who's gonna be ecstatic?
Hada hada hada! For $1. Luis! Oh, Luis, is the Catwoman movie coming out on HBO Max? Beware My Power animated movie be out in the summer. And that
That's what I'm talking about. Sweet revenge.
the one that coming out in the fall, the Ultimate Sons, whatever it's called. It's gonna be the first DC movie done in all CGI. No problem, Jambo. Thanks for showing up. Hopefully I'm able to entertain everyone watching. Today so far, like, I know I was going to have to go out there with a snowblower, but there's a reason why I spend that kind of money on that kind of a snowblower, because holy shit, I knew I was going to need something like that for living out here. It's one of those purchases where it's like, alright, it costs me this much now, but if I'm able to get to work 7 times because of it, it's paid for itself. I've made it to work like 10, 15 times because of it, so more than paid for itself. Super Sons, yeah, that's the one. It's gonna be the first DC movie done in all CGI. Which I wonder how, if it's gonna change anything. Is it cheaper to do and produce, or what? I don't know. Well, thank you, Excalibur. East Coast, holla holla. East of the Mississippi. Well, here's the thing, Luis. Either A, he comes out and says he got the credits for it, or B, he has to admit, no, guys, I did have the money for it. Of course I had the money for it, guys. This is my business. I had to have the money for it. Well, then why are you crying for credits? Because you couldn't afford the games. Ban! I mean, it wasn't just the snow, it was also the snow drifts. Like the one guy I worked with, he sent me a picture of the snow up to his waist against his back door. What's going to be in the deluxe edition of Long Halloween? I just want to race. I don't know what you're talking about, guys. Ooh. Virgin Galactic Holdings up 48 cents today. Still losing my ass on it, but not losing as much now. Just waiting for June. Oh, Jambo, DoorDash, Total Wine, WWE Champions. You never forget those 3. If DSP never got into Gacha, I don't think it would have mattered. He would have found something else to play. He would have found something else to spend that money on. Kind of like when people are addicted to something. Alex, how's it going? When someone's addicted to something, it's like, oh, I'm addicted to smoking. Well, now I gotta quit. Well, what do you do now? Oh, now I just stuff my face all day, every day, because now I'm addicted to eating. To make up the fact that I don't smoke. I used to be addicted to playing, like going to the casino and just throwing my money at the slot machines. But I finally stopped. Great! How much money are you saving? None, because now I spent all my money on this. Fabulous Haley, how's it going? The Retro Corner. So even if he didn't get into WD Supercard and Dokkan Battle and Estivus and Champions, he would have found something else to just dump his money down. It did. I think it came out on Tuesday, didn't it? Dying Light 2 release date. No, it did come out today, but you could get it early if you were... Alright. Oh, for February 3rd at 4 p.m. Nice. So depending on what kind you get, all that, you can get it a little early. And where you live, you got it early. Was he done with the music? Or the music die?
This is for the GoBots, the rock lords,
The music's going and the pre-stream thing's going.
and all the other third-rate transforming robots that never got their due. Here we go.
Wow, he really screwed that up.
Well, YouTube fucked up. Let's try that again.
YouTube didn't fuck up. You fucked up.
YouTube completely fucked up. I had muted the music and it played the next song, or paused the music. It decided to play the next song anyway. That's great. Let's try
Then
this
you didn't
again.
pause the music, jackass. How drunk is he? Goddamn, he must be hammered today.
Good morning, everybody. Some technical difficulties this morning. Apologies for that. Trying to get this podcast started. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, welcome. How's everyone today? I hope I find you well.
Maybe we didn't drink so much.
Welcome to the pre-stream podcast. Yeah. Today
You
is
get a
Friday,
colonoscopy,
February
dude.
4th,
That costs
2022.
money.
All right. So first of all, that means, ladies and gentlemen, it's the beginning of the weekend.
Omega Kirk. Holla holla.
So for
And
those of you
Zeon, how you
celebrating
doing?
Some well-deserved time off from school or work or whatever it may be, welcome and congratulations. Now today is also the beginning of new release madness for February 2022. Today is the first major new release of the month. That is right, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm very excited for it, as I know you are too. And the new release is Dying Light 2.
The fuck? Can someone break that noise box,
All right.
please?
Maybe not that much of a comedian.
Yeah, he's
announcement.
very hungover.
But
His eyes are more
I'm
bloodshot
excited
than mine.
today to be trying out Dying Light 2 with all of you. 7 years in the making.
That'll be good.
Can you believe it's been 7 effing years since the original Dying Light? I did a double take last night because last night I was actually doing a little bit of research.
So you're spoiling the game for yourself. Good
into
job.
into the game. Because I wanted to talk about it on today's pre-stream podcast, and I started looking at my old playthrough, and I'm looking, I can't find it. I'm like, what the? And I realized, damn, this game is 7 years old. What the heck? Yeah. So it actually had come out in January of 2015.
Hit that like button, yeah.
I ended up watching a couple videos of my own original playthrough from back in the day, most notably part 32, which was the part of my playthrough where the game completely broke itself. For those who don't remember, Dying Light 7 years ago was a fun game full of parkour, open world exploration, combat against action-packed zombies.
It's a pretty good game, I will admit.
Combat situations with mini bosses, a lot of questing, or a lot of grinding too. Let's be honest here, a lot of grindy style gameplay. But for me, the thing that most notably, stuck out for me about the entire game were the bugs. Dying Light 1 was the most buggy new release experience I had ever played, and to this day, 7 years later and 14 years as a content creator on the internet, Dying Light 1 still remains having the absolute worst bug I've ever seen in a video game.
Not being able to crouch jump?
Ever.
Oh, wait, wrong game.
The original game wiped my inventory, wiped all the currency that I had earned up to that point, and wiped all my experience points. In a game
Dude, even Fallout New Vegas didn't do that to me.
The more you earn, the more you accumulate, you level up, you get new abilities. Imagine after playing the game for like 8-9 hours, losing everything and going back to square one. I have never,
Hey, God, even
in my life, seen
Fallout
a
New
bug
Vegas
like
didn't
that
do that.
since. And
Thinking I never had an
it was
issue
just
with
so broken.
Dying
of an
Light, but I played it on
experience, which was a
PC, not
shame, because,
console.
again, the
That might be
game
the
was
reason
fun.
why.
I was playing it and enjoying it. And I was like, man, this is a good game. And then that happened, and I was like, are you kidding me? Like, how did no one find this game bug? And then on top of that, then the game decided, after like several reboots and dying, because I remember what I had to do is I actually had to try to do a mission with 0 experience and abilities, which of course you can't do. When you're that far into the game, you're fighting hordes of tough zombies and stuff. No abilities, no experience points, you're dead. You have like no health. After I had died once, I respawned with all of the experience points only in one ability tree out of the 3 in the game, the survival tree, which made it so that I had crafting abilities, parkour abilities. I even had a grappling hook to zip line around the city like Spider-Man. But I had absolutely no survivalist style. Like, I had no health. I had no combat abilities unlocked. All the things that you needed for it to be a well-rounded experience of a game, I didn't have. So the good news is,
Oh, shit.
I kind of cheated the game. Because
I remember
had
all
the
the times he
ability
threatened
to
the
kinda
devs
zip
in
line
Dying Light
around
1. He
and
hated
yeah,
the first
I was
game.
still able to make
Was he
progress,
excited for the
but
second
man,
one?
it definitely didn't feel to me like I
Well,
was actually
Exploded
playing
Apple,
the game
because it's the new game, and he needs those day 1 views, guys.
It was definitely a broken experience. Now also,
Holla holla for the
I was
dollar
able to, at one point, I think it was
Apple.
because I had the grappling hook, I was able to go into an area of the map I wasn't supposed to go to that didn't render. So I'm walking into an area we were supposed to go later in the game. The floor doesn't exist.
Uh-oh.
Walls you can see through. You're floating in midair. I was like, this is insane. I couldn't believe how unpolished and buggy Dying Light 1 was. Now,
Your life is?
I played through it and beat it. And I remember when it ended, it was kind of like such a mixed bag, because I was like, some of the things about the game I really liked, but man, the bugs literally ruined it for me. So I did hear that over the course of the next year, yes, year, Techland continued to patch the game to make it a playable experience. And apparently by the time they had actually issued all these game-fixing patches to fix all these ridiculous bugs, the game was actually a solid experience. Too bad it was like a year later after release, okay? So if anything, when you're playing a game
Damn,
like
the snorts off the charts
you say to
today.
yourself, man, you want to talk about a game that definitely needed more time in the oven, right? This one came out half-baked. There's so many issues because of lack of polish. If only they had spent more time developing it. Little did I know, they would take 7 more years to release the
MS,
sequel.
how you doing?
Let's very, very honest about this. Everyone out there who's listening right now, whether you're live on stream, we already have hundreds of people listening, or whether you're watching this on demand after the fact. How many of you out there?
Well, so far I've not heard anything negative about it.
Actually,
I've not heard anything
honestly
positive
remember
either.
Dying Light 2 was
Just that
coming
people
out
are playing it.
in early February, because there's so much else going on right now. Horizon Forbidden West is about to come out, Elden Ring, and actually a lot of other interesting games coming out in February. How many people actually remembered this game was actively in development and coming out in early February? If it weren't for me actually looking up the release schedule for February like 2 weeks ago so I could make my schedule and talk about it.
Oh, you got Windows 11. I'm sorry.
I really wouldn't have remembered.
I refuse to get Windows 11 until
who even knew that this game
work.
was announced like 5 to 6 years ago at E3. And every year, sometimes it would show up, sometimes it was a no-show, and they would leak just a little bit more info. But I remember when they first announced it, this will be different than the first game, because in this one you make a choice. You get to choose if you want to go with one faction or another, and your choices will actually change the game world depending on which faction is in control and which faction actually is like not in control.
Well, I don't think it's that they backtrack. It's
so your
that
choices make a difference in this one.
It's kind of like Skyrim, where you can spend 20 hours and beat the game, or you can spend 100 hours before you even get to the throne of the world.
6 years ago. I don't know if that's even in the game anymore. I have no record. I don't know. Who knows? They might have completely redone the game since then and wiped that whole idea out of it, right? I guess we're gonna find out now.
Well, like the actual
early reviews for Dying
storyline
Light 2
probably won't take 500 hours,
are
but
very
if
mixed.
you want to
There's
sit there
some
and just
people who
dick
are
around
like,
for 500 hours,
well,
you can.
The story's pretty interesting. Yes, there's a gameplay loop that can be addicting and fun, but it's also a little bit repetitive. But the gameplay itself is refined and better than the first game. A lot more combat and parkour abilities. It's actually more ingenious when it comes to late game when you're actually doing different kinds of parkour rather than just the same stuff from the first game. There's other things they've added. So it's a pretty good game. And then others are like, wow, the story sucks. The protagonist is boring as dirt.
I have heard the story
and
at the
game
first
needs polish.
part
There's
is not the
bugs, game
best.
crashes, it deletes your save file.
But like the
A bunch of
gameplay's pretty
issues, the
good.
game stinks.
I've heard the
And the
gameplay's good,
reviews
but
are,
the
like, as low as
story, at
4
least in the
out of
first
10.
part that
So
people are
as high as,
currently
like,
playing
9 out of
is not
10.
exactly
Like,
the
I
best
just don't
written.
understand how people can play the same game and have such a dramatically different experience with that same game.
That's why I like
If
going to
anything,
Metacritic, because Metacritic has
it'll
so
be
many different
interesting
views.
for us together over the next few weeks, you know, to play through this game and experience it live on stream and see what it is, if it's any good. I hope it's good. Like, I'm actually hopeful the game will be good. Because like I said, the first game I actually liked.
Like I said, you need the money.
If those
You really
bugs
do.
didn't happen, that might have been actually a game of the year contender for me. Instead, it was one of the worst games of the year because the bugs completely ruined the experience for me. So let's see. All right. Now, supposedly, if you bought this game digitally, there is a day one patch that was included with the digital download that solved 1,000 bug fixes. Do I believe
Good.
that? No, I don't. I don't believe there was 1,000 things that were fixed, but that's what the rumor is on the internet, that there was a day one patch that supposedly fixed a lot of
So he's
issues.
going to hate the game.
Which leads me
I'm
to
going to
my
hold his
point
hand.
about
Guys,
early
the game
reviews.
refuses to hold my
People
hoof.
who reviewed
Help!
this game a week or two ago and just put out the reviews when the review embargo ended 2 days ago literally didn't play the game. They didn't. They played an early alpha release that didn't have everything finished or fixed, and so when they're complaining about bugs and shit, it really doesn't apply to the final product because you don't know if those bugs have been fixed or not. So when you read the early review for this game, you might as well just delete the fucking page, save your time. You know, what was the point? Every complaint they made might be invalid because it might be fixed in the final version. Why we still care about early reviews, I have no fucking idea. At the very least,
He says as he talks about the early reviews.
what I feel about reading an early review is you can get a gist at least for what the gameplay loop's going to be, and maybe a little bit about the story. Because I don't think the story is going to change from the early version to the final version. They're not going to patch characters out. They're not going to change story twists. You know what I'm saying?
You don't know that.
So in general,
You're going to have people say, hey, this story twist is really
the
fucking
basis of
stupid,
the
change it,
gameplay.
and they could change
Outside
it
of
real
that,
quick.
I don't know how anyone could trust an early review anymore when all these games are still being
Exactly,
developed,
MS.
even after
Story
that
you can
early release
ignore.
code is sent
If
out.
the gameplay's
They're
bad,
constantly
well,
being improved
you got to
and
deal with the
fixed.
gameplay
Up
the
until
entire
moment
game.
The game is sold,
Story, you can
right?
ignore.
And actually
If you have a bad
played,
story, the fuck do you
that's
care?
not. It's not a complete game. You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
So anyway,
Take a sip.
I'm very excited to try out Dying Light 2 with all of you here today. It's going to be a very unique and interesting experience firsthand. Trying out this
I already
game
know it's going to be
and
unique.
seeing what it's all about. Okay? Now, some clarifications. I am playing this on the Xbox Series X. It was a little bit of a debate. Gee, what version should I be playing this on? Supposedly, you're playing it at 1080p, which is what I'm playing it at. Okay? Supposedly, it's exactly the same whether you play it on Xbox Series X or PS5. I think in one or two
you're an
instances,
Xbox shill.
the shadowing or something is slightly different. Who gives a shit about the shadowing?
Yeah, message
right? You're not
retracted.
going to notice that in a game like this anyway. But outside of that, apparently they're pretty much the same. I guess if you wanted to play at a higher resolution, I think that they were saying that the Xbox Series X runs better and actually does play at a higher resolution, while I guess it doesn't on PS5. I don't know. I really don't care. I'm only playing at 1080p, and I'll be
You don't
honest
wear your
with
glasses,
the
so you
same
can't tell the
thing
difference
with the
anyways.
podcast, before I got started here with the podcast, I personally feel that the amount
You're a
of
fat
people
piece of shit.
who play at a resolution higher than 1080p in 2022 is grossly over-exaggerated. Now, I'm not saying that they don't exist, but if you're talking consoles, how many people realistically out there playing on a console are playing at higher than 1080p, right? Are
Anyone
you
who
actually,
can.
I want it at the absolute highest resolution. I don't care if the game is choppy as fuck and looks like shit. I want it to run it.
That's why you play
4K.
games on PC, people.
How many people
That's
are
why-
doing that? I don't.
Oh,
I
hey,
doubt
it's
one of
$10
them
for
doing
all
that.
the Witcher
PC
3 stuff on
people
PlayStation
play
4.
PC versions of these games.
I got it on
They want the
PC. I'm
absolute
good on that.
best graphical performance.
'Cause it
on
looks
every game
better.
They play. They want to milk and squeeze the quality out. That I get. That community has always been about that. I mean, they're spending top dollar for components in their PCs. They deserve to get the optimum performance out of what they're doing. But for a console, most people are just going to plug the fuck in. Oh, it's choppy. Okay, let me change it to the other mode. Oh, runs smooth. Good, we're done. Well, is it 1080p? They don't even know. I don't know. I guess it's 1080p. It looks good. It's smooth.
You don't wear your glasses, so you wouldn't be able to
That's
see
the common
shit.
gamer. They don't give a fuck about.
Yeah,
the
certain
wood.
4K
They don't know the
TVs are super cheap now.
you know, so I think it's hilarious that there's actually a big discussion on the internet right now. Oh, Dying Light 2 doesn't have the higher resolutions on consoles and shit. And everyone, who the fuck are you talking about? Who cares? Go play it on fucking PC then, right? So, I think that regard, there will be no real difference between the Xbox Series X and the PS5 version. I'm playing it on the Series X for two main reasons. Number one, I actually get surround sound in my neck phones on the Xbox Series X. So I'll actually hear the zombies coming up around me as I play, which might actually help me to survive.
I mean,
That's
a
good
fan
thing in
donated a
survival
new
game.
TV
You
to him
need
a couple
know where
years
your enemies
ago.
are coming from, right? On PlayStation 5, I don't get that. On PlayStation 5, I get fake surround sound, which essentially means the PS5 does the surround sound out, has to go into my TV. From my TV, it goes optical out to this thing.
Yeah, he bought it.
And this thing simulates surround
But
sound.
he
with
can't admit that
digital,
because
but
he's
it's
broke,
not
guys. He has no
surround
money.
sound, and it doesn't work very well. I've tried it with a few games, and it just doesn't sound great. It's okay, but it's not true surround sound in any shape or form. Okay. So.
Because we definitely need
That's
those
one
snores
reason
in
why
the
I'm
surround
playing
sound,
it,
don't
to
we?
get surround sound on the Xbox Series X. The other reason, quite frankly, is because people helped me out and donated some Xbox credits over the past week. So I was actually able to significantly lower the cost of this game on the Xbox Series X. And I said, well, I mean, it's a no-brainer now. Now I know what I'm playing it on, okay? Now, for those of you who are PlayStation heads, and for some reason my stream now says there's 2 viewers. And now it jumped up to 315. Nice bug there, YouTube. It said 315. Anyway, for those of you who are PlayStation heads, you're like, man, Phil hasn't really played on his PlayStation in a very long time.
See, I don't get why he
I'm
needed
wondering
those
what's
neck
going on with
phones.
that.
They're
Will he be playing
trash.
games on the PlayStation? The answer is yes. In fact, there's a lot of games coming up on PlayStation 5 that I'll be playing in February, including Sifu, which I'll be playing on
Elden
Tuesday.
Ring.
Okay. Then the next one is King of Fighters 15. Now that's a cross-platform, and people have been asking me which one I'd play it on. Well, it seems that the consensus among my viewers is that there would be a bigger viewer base if I play it. Excuse me, a bigger player base if I play it on PS5 versus Xbox Series X.
That's right.
So I'm going to start on
Factions,
PS5.
dude.
And hopefully we have a good experience. And if we do, that's great. But if I eventually like the game and want to keep going with it, and maybe even play it more extensively and have more competition, then maybe I'll get it on both consoles. Okay, I don't know. I'm kind of up in the air about this. I'm not sure exactly what I want to do yet in regards to the long term of King of Fighters, but initially I'll be playing it on PS5. Okay, and then coming up even right after that is Horizon Forbidden West, and that's PS5. So there's at least 3 major PS5 games coming up this month. Yes, my PS5 will get the dust brushed off of it and used.
You should probably
this
keep
month.
that thing
Elden
clean no
Ring,
matter
I'm still
what,
on the
even if
fence
you're not
about.
using it.
We don't have any information whatsoever yet about like true performance. I will actually, when the game fully comes
this
out,
how you don't play
I
with
wanna
just
hear from
extra,
places
extra,
like
extra,
Foundry and
extra,
stuff,
extra.
what consoles are running best on? Because after the Dark Souls 3 debacle, when I played Dark Souls 3 on my Xbox One, and it ran like total shit, and it actually made the playthrough way harder for me. I do not want to go through that shit again. I want to be playing on the optimal version of the game.
Then play it on PC, jackass. That is going to be the optimal version.
Now YouTube is saying I have 1 viewer. I'm not even kidding. Now YouTube says 1 viewer.
That's still one
What
too
is
many.
going on? Now it says 324. YouTube is having issues today. From 1 viewer to 326 viewers.
Wings Redemption made 3 grand yesterday. Good for him.
Anyway, so
just to piss
that's the
DSP
deal.
off, right?
Now, the other thing about Dying Light 2, okay? I'm playing it today as the main gameplay stream, and tomorrow is the main gameplay stream. Then on Sunday, I'm going to give it a break, and on Sunday, it's going to be Skyrim again. And that'll actually be the final major stream of Skyrim. After Sunday, Skyrim will now become a night stream balanced with Pokemon Legends Arceus, and that's going to be how my schedule is going to be. So it's going to be Dying Light 2 paired with Sifu. Sifu comes out on Tuesday. Those will be the 2 mainstream games, and they'll be bounced back and forth. And then the night streams will be Skyrim, Pokemon, and then Street Fighter once a week. All right? So that's going to be the variety that I'm doing. I hope that sounds good to all of you. I hope that that's going to, keep us occupied, because it's going to be like that for about 10 straight days, because then the next game coming out, or 9 straight days, because the next
Or
game coming out is
Pokemon.
King of Fighters. And I
They
think that's
finally
like,
do something innovative and great with it.
the
He's going to
17th?
ignore it because it's on the Switch, and he hates the
think.
Switch.
Or it's either the 17th or the 18th. So yeah, so we're gonna have a good week and a half of consistent gameplay and consistent streams, so you guys will know exactly what to expect every day. Now, one other quick thing. All right.
I need those monies. I really do.
My schedule. The hell is that? Oh my god. There's a turtle in my mouth. Hold on. No, I'm just kidding. I ate a burrito for breakfast and I didn't brush my teeth, and now, dang, I got a piece stuck in my mouth. This sucks. Anyway.
Gross. Brush your teeth.
My schedule. For the last month, my schedule has basically been that Monday is my day off, and then I'm here 6 days a week for the rest of the week streaming. That might change shortly. In fact, my wife is getting a new work schedule starting tomorrow, and we should hopefully know over the course of the next week
What, she lost her other job?
what the new schedule will be. All right? What will our new day off a week be? I don't know. I'm just hoping it's not like Tuesday or Friday, because typically those are days when there's new releases. And obviously I would like
You
to
used
not
to
take
take
that,
Tuesday
but,
off
you know, it is
every
what it is.
week
I'm the one
for
with the flexible schedule.
years.
My wife is stuck with whatever schedule she gets at her job and has to do it. So we got to find out what they schedule.
You
her
worked
for.
6 days a week and took Tuesday off for
in fact, I'm
years.
gonna let you know as soon
Because
as
that's
I
the day
know.
that your mom would take
As of now,
you
we'll
out
just
to go
keep assuming
shopping.
that Mondays will be our day off, but it might not be. Okay, just being honest here. Okay, this is really bothering me now. Fuck, I hate when this happens. Son of a bitch. Hold on a second here. Come here. Got it. How annoying.
Just imagine if you had brushed your fucking teeth, you
A
sick,
stupid,
gross
Tiny
pig.
piece of tortilla. A stupid tiny piece of tortilla in my mouth bothering me. Okay. All right, that's fixed now. So, that's the deal coming up here for the next couple of weeks. You know, good balance. I mean, good multiple new releases, juggled. And I'll do my best to cover all that stuff. Keep in mind that once King of Fighters and Horizon Forbidden West come out, oh my god. So what I'm hoping for is that maybe playing these games constantly in the next week, we can make significant progress in Dying Light, okay? And we can maybe beat Sifu. Because Sifu, it's an indie game. There's no way it's going to be as long as these other games. It's probably going to be the game that I'm going to finish first before anything. So my hope is that I can...
I've not seen how long it takes to beat that yet,
Sifu
so who knows?
Before...
Could be a 10-hour game,
we
could be a
get into these other
50-hour
major
game.
releases, okay? That would be good. And at that point, I feel like we'll have gotten into Dying Light
Lucky
too
Louise.
far enough.
My days
We'll
off
know
are
what the
usually
game is.
random.
We'll either like it or
Like today
dislike
being
it.
my day off. And I
basically,
work Saturday,
even if I
Sunday,
don't
Monday,
finish it
Tuesday,
by the
Wednesday,
time that the other
Thursday.
new releases
At
come out,
Friday,
start taking
Saturday
priority,
off. Work
most people won't
Super Bowl
care.
Sunday,
You know what
but
I'm
I got
saying?
Monday
They
off.
said it's a 500-hour game. It's not. They said the story actually is about 20 hours long, and then if you actually do side content, the game could be upwards of 40 hours, but then if you replay the game like fucking 10 times to see every single scenario, every unlock, because like I said, there's story-based choices you can do that apparently change things in the plot. So if you want to play through the game and literally do every choice possible, okay, then maybe it's 500 hours, but it's probably not going to be. If I'm playing this, 3 hours ago, and I'm playing it half the week.
Demetrius
that means
Douglas, how you
I'm
doing, man?
playing,
Haven't seen you for a
I'm
bit.
making about nine
Hope you're
plus
doing
hours of
alright.
progress.
God,
So
if he had
figure,
kids,
I'm playing it 6 hours, and then I
we'd be
alternate
getting
with Sifu
CPS
next
called on
week,
him instantly.
right? I might get between 15 to 20 hours of the game before the new games come out, so I'll be nearing the end of the story as long as I don't get insanely sidetracked with a bunch of side content, okay? So we'll see what happens, all right? Now, one thing is going to be incredibly important to DSP
Contributions.
Gaming is that I have more than
Contributions.
one viewer on a stream. Like YouTube says right now, there's one viewer. It must be me because I'm watching. This is hilarious that it keeps doing that. It keeps saying one viewer, then like 350, 2 viewers.
I'll be working at 2, but I
350.
work 6 to 2, so
I've
I'll
never
be
seen
out
this
long
on
before the
YouTube. Every
game
day's a new
starts.
bug on YouTube, man. So anyway, something that's going to be incredibly important here on DSP Gaming, starting today with
You give
this
me all your
very
money.
stream and with the videos today, okay, is engagement.
Give me all your
What
money.
does that mean? It means that if
It
you are
means
watching
tips.
this stream or watching this video on demand on YouTube, and you want to help out DSP Gaming because you like the content here, please give it a like. All right? Engagement will mean everything starting right now. Because as I'm streaming a new release,
Doki
Dying
Doki
Light
Literature
2,
Club mod? Ooh,
Alright.
what's that?
if this
What are you working on?
stream has more likes on it, people will be able to find this stream among the people streaming the game on YouTube.
And then you immediately
Seriously,
private the video
the
afterwards so
more
it
likes,
doesn't
the more
count.
visibility this will actually have on YouTube. Okay? So if you're watching the stream right now, you're having a good time. Oh, I like the pre-stream podcast. A little bit of background for the game before we start. Can't wait for Phil to start Dying Light 2. Please give it a like. My goal in
Ouch,
2022
MS.
is to get 100 likes on every single stream that I do. We've done a great job of this. In fact,
But those
I've gotten
likes
100
immediately
likes on every
disappear
single, like,
when you
2
private the
streams last
video
week.
afterwards.
So
it's
this is great.
pointless.
Keep this pattern up. This gives the channel more visibility. But on days like today, when people will be coming to YouTube, man, I'm on the fence about Dying Light 2. I've heard a lot about it. I'm not exactly sure. The reviews are all over the place. Let's watch someone play it. Dying Light 2 live stream. If my stream has a lot of likes, it'll show up in those search results, and people will start to
Snow, how's it going?
DSP Gaming. Okay? And that's a good thing.
Fuck, I'm gonna make
That's
a bad joke.
really good
I was
thing. And
blowing
in
snow
addition to
earlier.
that, unless you're using some special tools to be an
got my
asshole
driveway and road and all that
bypass
cleared.
YouTube's systems, you can't see dislikes anymore. So even if a bunch of shithead trolls come on here and thumb down everything, it doesn't matter at all. I personally
see 'em,
don't even
though.
know how many dislikes my content has because I don't look at it and it doesn't show on the video.
You know exactly how many there are because you look at it.
I'm searching. Oh, I found Dying Light 2 stream. It's got a good amount of likes. Let's check it out.
I love my
If you give
snowblower. I'm so
exposure
glad
to
I
DSP
spent the
Gaming
money on
big
it.
release days like today, these are the days when this channel can actually get a lot of extra exposure. Okay? So please like the content. Same thing.
So no
with the
creepiness?
on-demand videos. As you watch this podcast,
So you're making it
today,
just a
as you
regular
watch the actual
dating
gameplay
sim,
video,
or
the most important
you do
video,
something different
Dying
with
Light
it?
2 Part 1. You're watching that one on demand, give it a like. Having tons of likes on Dying Light 2 Part 1, people will come and check out that video and start watching that entire series, you see?
You hope.
So thank you guys.
Until they actually watch the video and go,
Anyone
wow,
who
this guy's
watches the
snorting into the
content,
microphone a
likes
lot.
it, and also leaves a comment on it, because if you're watching those gameplay videos or this
I got
podcast
a
later on demand, you can leave
Johannes,
a
I think it's
comment
called.
on what you think about what I'm talking about. And start
Whatever my
discussion on
brother-in-law
those videos.
had.
And it helps too. That's engagement, okay?
This is
Awesome.
who I bought it from. One of his many,
There.
many businesses, what my brother-in-law does.
Okay. Oh, my nose. What are you talking about? Dean Apple, what are you talking about? Are you
Attention,
trying to
doxing of your
distract
wife
me?
in
There's
chat.
nothing going on. Look, I'm looking right now. There's nothing going on. I don't even know what you're talking about. I really don't.
Way to derail the stream without even giving him a penny. Good job, Dean Apple.
I don't know.
That's how you do it.
Anyway.
Without him getting his single penny from you.
Expand Dong the second. Oh boy. All right. Anyway, guys. So that's the deal today. I'm excited. Now remember, let's talk about quickly about the schedule over the weekend, so you know exactly what to expect over this this coming weekend. Today it's Dying Light 2 paired with my old school Street Fighter session for the week. Friday Night Fights. Every Friday night I play old school Street Fighter on the late stream.
Yes, all interaction helps.
That
In
is
fact,
at 6:45 p.m.
thumbs down can
time.
actually
We'll
help
join me
because
for
that is interaction on
Tomorrow,
the video.
Dying Light 2, and that's paired with the Game Pass.
What I understand
night.
is thumbs down is 3 points,
Oh,
thumbs up is 5
Game
points,
Pass night.
a comment
That's
is
right,
7
ladies
points of
and gentlemen.
interaction.
Tomorrow's Game Pass night.
Obviously, the more
That
points you
means-
have, the better.
That means you get to vote on what games I'm going to be playing.
Well, Demetrius,
Guess
when you're
what
ready,
happens?
I can help you promote it. I love Doki Doki Literature Club.
It means
I only
can
got
make
the
a
original on
list
Steam,
of the remaining
got the
games.
remade,
eligible.
remaster version
Taking a
on
look,
Steam,
There
and I got the
are
remaster
10
version on
games left
PS5. Because I
that
ordered
we
the
have not
PS4
tried
version
out on Xbox
by Amazon sent me the
Live.
PS5 version. So, well, I don't have a PS5.
that we
Fuck.
had previously marked for playing. Okay.
So I hung on to the disc. Because fuck it, why not?
So I think we should mark them off here. Let's do it live. We're gonna do 2 polls
He doesn't
right
delete,
now.
he privates
live.
them. Which is,
All right.
according to the algorithm, the
you
same
guys are
thing.
gonna start voting on them to determine what games I play tomorrow night on the late stream.
Which is
on
pretty
the Game
funny.
Pass night. And by the way,
Like you can private
I
or you can
should
delete.
say
It's
this.
the same thing.
okay.
Because if you save the stream
this
link,
may be the last
and after he
Game
gets
Pass night for a
done, wait
while,
about 10 minutes,
since
then
I
try to
will
post
now
it.
be
This
alternating
video has been privated by
between
the streamer.
Pokemon and
The owner,
Skyrim
whatever
on
it's
the
called.
late streams, and I know there's going to be demand because people love the Skyrim
Nice,
playthrough,
no.
and the fact that it's now a night.
That's the first game you're going to play on it.
Probably upset. Why are you not playing it more, right? I hear you. But I understand that Skyrim's a 10-year-old game. It's also a game that likely I'll be playing all year long because of the insane amount of content in it. I mean, I'm already 45 hours into the Skyrim playthrough. And I haven't even done any of the guilds. Seriously, I haven't done a single guild. None. Zero. You know, I haven't done the Stormcloaks versus the Empire. I haven't done any. I'm gonna need to focus on the stuff I'm doing. So thank you to anyone who joined me for the Game Pass fun over the course of the last month. All right, we're gonna have a final Game Pass night Saturday night, and then what we're gonna do next week before we get to the new releases of King of Fighters 15 and Horizon Forbidden West.
Tsushima.
I'm gonna do a Game Pass
When I get a
marathon.
PS5,
This is
it's going to be
celebration of us
Tsushima.
hitting our
Demon's
record
Souls is going to be
goal
the
for
first two
January
games I play
date.
on it.
So it's going to be a marathon of these games, and some
I
will be
can't
games
fucking
we've
wait to get a
already played, and some
PS5.
will probably be newer games.
I want to play
we haven't
Tsushima.
yet.
I want to play Tsushima at the
marathon
best quality
setting.
possible.
Okay.
I want on PS5.
So that'll be the last hurrah, basically, for Game Pass because we're not going to have time to really play these games for a while. All right.
Do it, Luis.
So let's do it.
Nice Jazz. Flashpoint Paradox, my favorite.
Very much alive here. Let's do
Or
a poll.
Red Hood. Also a
Two
good one.
polls, because each poll's 5 options on YouTube. So we got to do 2 different polls. So let's do it. 5 options.
Yeah, I'm sure by the time I'm
Night,
finally able to get a PS5, it's because the PS5 Pro will be
Sap.
released.
Feb 5. Poll 1. Which game below do you want to
Oh,
see
Lightning.
played
Is it the
on
mechanics that
Game
are bad or
Pass
just the
tonight?
story? Because I've never really heard anyone say
Good
anything
luck.
bad about the
So,
game mechanics of Last of Us
unpacking.
2, just the story itself sucks.
The Procession of Calvary.
Ever Goes to Tsushima is amazing.
One Piece.
I really want to play it the best
Pirate
possible,
Warriors
which would be
4,
PS5.
Moonglow Bay into the Pit. That's the first poll. And let me copy this because I'm just going to have it say poll 2. Here's one, and here's the next one.
Hey, Rocklight, how you doing?
The Good Life. Oops. The Good Life. XO1. Bug Fables. Backbone. And Outer Wilds. So there you go. 2 polls are now posted.
I thought he
on
already
main
played the Outer
community
Wilds.
tab on the
Well,
channel
that's
page
Outer
of
World,
DSP
never
Gaming.
mind.
The first poll, the options are Unpacking, The Procession of Calvary. One is The Good Life, XO1, Bug Fables, Backbone, and Outer Wilds. Okay, those are your options. Please vote on both polls. And the winner of each poll will be a game that I will be playing on Saturday night's Game Pass night stream. All right? So I'm excited to see what you guys pick. And good luck to people voting to see what
Good night
people
and
vote
good
for.
luck.
And
Hey, that was the Dying Light
go from
1
there. Okay, cool.
tagline, wasn't it? Good night and good luck.
Very good.
As
Alright, the voting has
you
begun.
should,
That's what people started voting,
MS.
which is great. All right, I'm glad I got that out of the way. Now, what else do I have to talk about today?
Nothing,
let's
because you have
continue with
nothing
the
going on
schedule.
in your life.
So let's recap. Today, it's Dying Light 2, and that's going to be paired with Street Fighter on the late stream, Friday Night Fights. Tomorrow, it's Dying Light 2, and that's paired with Game Pass night. Sunday, my final major stream of Skyrim. So if you have enjoyed the Skyrim Anniversary Edition playthrough over the entire month of January and here into February, please come on Sunday, hang out with me, and give it a proper
And give me
send-off.
all your
What I
money.
mean by that is because it's going to be a night stream now. It'll still be played a good amount, at least 4 hours a week, if not more. But yes, it's going to be played a
No
lot
romancing
less
of the
than it has
cat.
been up to now. So come and hang out with me for a major stream on Sunday.
Oh, that's a
before
good
it
question.
turns into a night
Because
stream
he won't do
starting
Dead Cells
that
anymore
next
because he
week,
hated it.
Okay. And then Sunday night stream, Pokemon Legends Arceus is continuing on. And then Monday I'm off. Tuesday it'll be Sifu paired with Skyrim. Wednesday it'll then be either
You're going to be
more
wrong,
Sifu
Battle
or
Snipe, because he
Dying
knows
Light
nothing
2
about video
paired
games.
with Pokemon and so on and so forth moving forward with the schedule. Okay? Hope that sounds good to everyone. Now,
Good to me, right, Cat?
Now, we have a major story to talk about today on the pre-stream before we get to shout-outs and the like. The major story is as follows. No, I'm just kidding. It's nothing. Rockstar Games.
Hit that like button.
I just felt like I had to do that. Rockstar Games posted up an announcement this morning. Although what the actual announcement is a little weird. Because
you're going to keep playing and buying their games?
I think was intended to be one thing, but inadvertently, people cared more about a side piece of information that they kind of wedged into the announcement. They cared more about that than they did about the actual announcement.
Fresno Space Cat's busy chilling out on Jupiter.
Rockstar Games over the last
playing
decade
with drops of Jupiter
has been hyper-focused on GTA 5 and 27 versions of it, and Grand Theft Auto Online and 27 versions of that, and essentially putting it out on every modern console. Started out with Xbox 360.
When you spend that kind of money on making a game, you might want to get your most bang for your buck
One,
for it, just saying.
PlayStation 4, Xbox One S and One X.
No one needs to see him shirtless, Jambo.
Now,
oh, God, I don't need that image in my head.
PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series S and X. The official announcement was given this morning that Grand Theft Auto 5 will be coming to PlayStation 5 and Xbox S and X on March 15th, 2022.
But they already were.
Everyone was so excited. They started ripping their shirts off. Oh, yes, finally. I finally can play it on my modern console. I've been waiting to rebuy this game for at least the third time. Finally, I can give Rockstar more money for the same exact content again. I cannot wait.
He might be.
No, I mean, like,
although Space Cat's got to stay away from there.
What did Rockstar
there's a staff infection going around there.
Did they think people would have these fucking noisemakers and big fucking horns?
You mean the noisemaker you just played?
Start throwing confetti up in the air. Like, no, I really would like to know what they thought.
Again, the noisemaker you just played.
It's the same fucking game again. People for the last 5 years now have told Rockstar consistently, we're tired of GTA 5. We're tired of GTA Online. Yes, we understand.
You're tired of GTA Online.
What you did
because you don't like it because you don't have any friends to play with.
Millions of gamers who play your game only for the social aspect. They have turned GTA Online into their next second life or virtual world where they hang out with their friends. They constantly drop money into.
And that's why, because they hang out with their friends. You don't have any.
Clothes to have enough currency to do the latest heists and the latest activities in your game. Hell, you just dropped a story-based expansion in GTA Online that's actually a story expansion for GTA 5, but you can only play it if you've been playing GTA Online all along and have an insane amount of in-game cash to even start the fucking event. I mean, can you talk about...
And that's why he hates online, because he doesn't have any friends to play with.
Your customer base. We get it. You're greedy. For the last decade, you didn't want to make any fucking games, right? You had one game in the pipeline, Red Dead Redemption 2. You put it out there, and you dropped it. You didn't do any expansions for it. You had
because John Rambo heard him, guys.
There's a huge viral movement on the internet from fans of Red Dead Redemption saying, why did Rockstar abandon us? They released this game and don't update it and don't put any content into it. We don't understand what happened because we're fans too, but it seems like only people who play GTA Online get any attention or love. And it's absolutely fucking true. There's no one who can dispute it. They found their cash cow. Here's a game that we can do absolutely
and you're a cash pig, so get over it.
Profit. So this is what we do now. This is exactly what happened with Valve. Back in the day, Valve was an outstanding AAA game developer, pumping out classics like the Half-Life series, like Team Fortress, like Portal. And then what happened? Valve made Steam a means to distribute games on PC, and Steam made so much money, Valve literally stopped making games. They said, why do we have to work hard when we can just be lazy and work on this stupid infrastructure for distribution of games and make so much money? We don't need to make games anymore. And they haven't made a game. I mean, the one game they made, Half-Life Alyx, is a fucking VR game no one played, right?
Unless you had VR, which, a lot of people had VR, so a lot of people played it because it's a good game.
People can't stop spending money on GTA Online. And as long as they keep spending money,
I can taste the
Rockstar
salt.
doesn't have to work. Okay? So, they announce it. Ha ha ha. Guess what? Ladies and gentlemen, we're putting out the same fucking game again. Again.
From the man who just bought and played all 3 GTAs.
response to
From the
this.
PS2
entire
era.
Internet says, who fucking cares? You know what? If you had said that there was some news about a new game coming, Bully 2 or something, which we've been waiting for a million years, maybe we'd be excited. Why the hell would we be excited about GTA 5 and GTA Online again? You guys are out of your fucking minds.
Maybe if you didn't buy the GTA series again
Now, admittedly,
and played it again, they might come out with something new.
Admittedly, I don't know why I said it 3 times. I have not played GTA 5 since the year after it launched. If you remember, I did a full playthrough of Grand Theft Auto 5 in that fall of, what was it? Like 2004, whenever it came out. I played it at launch. Feels like 2004 at this point. And then I tried to play it again. Why? Because during that time frame, if you remember, after GTA 5 came out, like the month later, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One came out. Okay? I got those. And then the next year...
While crying broke,
yes,
you have no money.
the next-gen console versions of GTA 5 released. I actually bought it per your guys' request. You guys were actually asking me, would I play
Dude, it's your
GTA
guys'
5
fault that I
again
bought
this
it,
time
guys.
around?
Not my
In
fault.
fact,
It's yours.
When you play the game in first person, you could actually play it as a first-person game. So in the action and stuff, it felt like you're playing a first-person shooter as opposed to playing Grand Theft Auto, which was kind of unique and interesting that they did that little spin on it, okay? The graphics did look better. The frame rate was better. And in general, the game kind of looked newer, which begs the question, why the fuck didn't they just release it on those anyway? And the answer is because they wanted to double dip. They wanted people to buy it on last gen and then buy it on the current gen so they could make double the profits, which they actually did. Because a lot of people did that. They bought it on the first and then they bought it again the next year. Okay? Now, what happened during that playthrough? Anyone
You
remember what happened in
motherfucker.
2014?
You
It was
did that.
Many years ago. Many of you probably don't remember.
How are you going to bitch about people doing that when you're the one who did it?
Into it? So it was like 2.5, 3 streams. And what ended up happening is people got incredibly bored. People were like, Phil, you know, we kind of just saw you play this last year. It's not even been a year since you did your first run in it. So we're not too interested in it. And quite frankly, you should stop playing it. And I was like, wow, that's great. I rebought the game per the request of the viewers. I start playing it. And now the viewers wanted to stop playing it.
Yes. You
So
just admitted that you bought it twice.
For like 10 hours or something. And that was the end of it. I said, all right, forget it. We're done. And I never went back to it, actually. Since then, 2014 was the last time that I actually played Grand Theft Auto 5. I take that back because I think they launched the heists in GTA Online possibly in 2015. Don't quote me on that. I don't exactly remember when they did. But when the heists launched, I know I went back and I tried them out with some co-op partners. But I only did that the once. And after that, that was
Hey, Akita, how's it going?
5 coverage. I never actually went back to it after that. Okay?
Because you had no friends to play with. Sad face.
It's been a long time. And people over the years have said to me, Phil, would you go back and replay GTA 5? Because if you look at my history, I went and did a full playthrough of GTA 4 and its expansions. I went back and I've now played the original Grand Theft Auto trilogy 3 times. The first time was the summer of 2012 on PlayStation 2, emulated, running here on my television, delayed and laggy and shitty.
So mad that they're making money and he's not.
I played it again about 3 years ago. Those were the more updated versions on Xbox 360/PS3, and they had HD graphics and improved controls. And then I just played them again, all right, during the GTA Definitive Edition trilogy released back in November, and I played that all the way from November through January, all right? So, I've played a lot of GTA, but I never actually replayed GTA 5. So people have actually started to ask me as of late, will you go back and replay GTA 5? And my answer was always, well, if I'm going to do it, it doesn't make sense to do it now. Let's wait for the next gen console versions, and whatever version that is, the latest version, that should be the version that I do a playthrough of. Okay? So, will I be playing
here's your
GTA
chance to
5
buy it
again
again
when
and
comes
play it
out in
again.
March? The answer, I've thought about this very strongly. Okay?
No!
And I weighed and balanced the pros and cons.
Gonna do the
And
full screen
you
now.
know, obviously, I was thinking about what the feedback you guys would give me if I asked. So, after thinking about this very heavily, will I play GTA 5 when it releases in mid-March? No. No. Not now.
All that.
Here's the thing. I just played 3 GTA games back-to-back. Okay? That's a lot of GTA. And I don't want to oversaturate with GTA after having played it there for like 3+ months. I feel like if I were to play GTA, any GTA right now, that it would be GTA overload. There'd be too much of it. Okay? I do feel like, even though I know there's people out there who love that. There's people out there who be like, oh, I love it. GTA 5, Phil's going to play it again. This is great. I want to play it again. I'll be honest with you. I barely remember it. Like, I remember maybe a few moments
Gin Brain
that were unique, like switching.
Thank you for admitting you were so fucking drunk you don't remember it.
A few times. But basically, after having played three different GTA games in the last few months, I don't want to be touching GTA right now. In addition, there's going to be so many other games
You're going to be touching
that
yourself?
are happening at that time. I mean, Elden Ring is at the very tail end of February. I probably wouldn't have beaten it by mid-March anyway. And there's many other games that are coming out actually in March to juggle here. In fact, one of the big announcements that just happened is that Ghostwire Tokyo, the new game from Shinji Mikami and the dev team behind The Evil Within 1 and 2, is coming out March 25th. And I just saw a 10-minute gameplay teaser of it, and I'm very intrigued. It's very different than I think anything we've even played before. It's a first-person action game where you're fighting demons and ghosts, and it's pretty interestingly unique. It's not
Poopy,
Doom,
scary
you're mowing
skeletons.
through
Shivers
waves
down
and
your
these
spine.
guns. It's like you're using these cool magic spells and things to fight them, and you're doing combo kills with Ghost Wire.
Ah,
That's
Zunai.
why it's called Ghostwire Tokyo. There's a wire used to kill the ghosts and stuff. It looks really interesting, and the graphics look outstanding. So factoring in all this stuff, do I really think that I want to play GTA 5? No, I already answered this question for you guys. I said if GTA 6 officially gets announced and we have information about the release of it. So let's say, for example, by the end of this year, we are made aware, maybe in a digital event, GTA 6 is coming out fall 2023. All right? Then what I would do is either later this year or early next year.
Thank you, Battle
GTA
Snipe and
5
Rocklight.
As a refresh, only exception would be if you guys absolutely positively came out in droves and demanded that I play GTA 5 earlier than that. I'll give you an example. I said the same thing about Skyrim. I said, I've stayed away from Skyrim purposely for 10 years and never played it again because I felt like my first run was a really well-done completionist run, and I didn't want to play it again unless you guys absolutely demanded that I play it.
And then no one demanded it, so we did it anyways.
So I did. I stayed away until you guys absolutely demanded that I play.
No one
Skyrim
demanded
for
it.
The Christmas Marathon event. You voted it in and everything. So I played it, and you guys were like, man, this is so good, just keep going. So I did. So that was kind of the exception to the rule where I already had a plan set out. Oh, when they announce Elder Scrolls 6, and we have release date information, then I'll play Skyrim again. But you guys wanted it so bad, here we are playing Skyrim, okay?
Nobody wanted
So
it.
let's see what happens. If you guys really, really want GTA 5 earlier than, say, when GTA 6 is going to come out within the, half a year or whatever, then I'll do it earlier. But let's play it by ear. But I can tell you right now, absolutely positively.
By gouty ear infection.
No.
2 days later.
No.
Alright, guys, after
no,
that live stream,
no,
everyone demanded I play it, so I'm going to be playing it now.
I'm not playing GTA 5.
Mew, how's it
in
going?
March. Please get this to your heads, because what's going to happen is people are going to start asking me, are you playing GTA 5 in March? No. Well, what about now? No. Well, did you change your mind? No. I'm busy with other stuff. I'm enjoying other games. I don't want to play GTA 5 right now. I played
3
too
days
much
from now.
GTA
Guys,
as it is
so
the
many
last
people are
6
demanding
months.
I gotta
I'm
play
done
it
with
now.
GTA for now. Let's wait. Well, maybe I'll change my mind. No. Not playing it. At least not now. Okay? I hope that makes sense. Now, here's the other half of the announcement that is kind of funny because it was kind of wedged into
Lots
the
of bots.
announcement about GTA 5 and wasn't necessarily put in there as the priority of the announcement that Rockstar put out this morning. Okay? Basically, they've confirmed that they are working on GTA 6. It is in active development. And what they've said is basically they made significant advancements from GTA 5. Well, yeah, it's been like 8 to 9 fucking years since GTA 5. I hope the game's fucking different. Seriously, like, what else would we been doing?
Well, I
Besides
can't get
putting
into
out
those games.
Lazy boy expansions
Like,
for fucking GTA
I've tried,
Online and
I
milking the
can't.
money, right? So
But my
hopefully
one friend
GTA
loves them.
6
I've watched
is
him play it.
significantly
It's
different. Although
those
quite
games can be
frankly, a lot
amazing,
of
not
people
just
are
for like
nervous
the
because of
gameplay and stuff, but
insane
like, oh, you're driving around, there's a guy
profitability
watching a
success of
window.
GTA Online,
Like, no, that's
GTA
like
6
that's what
may
that
just
character
end up
does.
being
Like, he's a worker.
a
That
games as a service game.
restaurant. That's what he
that
does.
means is
Like, they build an entire
GTA
city,
6 is just
which makes me
GTA Online
think, like,
2
no, they could probably
with
be like,
story-based
hey,
missions
we
in
already
the
made a
open
city.
world,
Oh, you want
but
to
it's
do
gonna be
a
like
game with
that.
an open
If
world
that's
city and all
the
that? Well,
case,
we already built a city.
I
That's
don't know.
all
You know,
fully alive people
GTA
in
has
it.
always been a
That does their own thing and all that.
narrative-based experience.
Pay us
And
a
if you
license
want
fee
an
and
online
use
component,
our
great, but
city
that
that
was
we
always the
already
focus.
built.
Give me that
So you can
narrative-based
save yourself
experience. I
game
don't
development
want
time.
GTA Online 2,
Just use our city
where the
that we
entire
already
thing's an
built.
Open world, everyone's interacting and fucking with each other constantly. Oh, you want to play the mission, but you can't because idiots are griefing and standing in front of the fucking entrance, and you can't turn on the mission. Oh, you can't even do the things you need to do because they're blowing everything up in the fucking world. Fuck you. No, I don't want to deal with these assholes. I just want to play a fucking game and have fun, and I want it to be
And make $150 per stream.
and I want it to be,
Profitable.
what's the word that I'm looking for? Curated. What does that mean? It means it has a massive attention to detail. Every piece of it, every aspect of it is actually meant to happen when it does, right? Something that they've painstakingly designed piece by piece, so it feels like an epic, dramatic event that I'm playing. Now I boot the game and some assholes dancing over here and something's blowing up over
Doing
here.
all right, all
over
right.
Here. I just want to play the story mission. I got to get through all this bullshit. No, fuck that. I hope they don't do that. Seriously. Moxer says, well, GTA Online is separated. Wrong. They just did a GTA 5 expansion. You can only play in GTA Online. You need in-game currency to activate the expansion. But it's a story-based expansion from GTA 5. Were you not aware of this? It has Franklin. It has Dr. Dre. It's great. People who played it said it's actually really good. But you had to have been playing GTA Online all along the fucking to even do it. It's bullshit.
Man, he is so salty because he doesn't have any friends to play with. Imagine if he had friends to play with and how many multiplayer games he'd be playing.
So anyway, literally that's all the announcement said. It said we're working on
God, he's so
GTA
salty
6.
and I love it.
And rest assured, it will be very different and improved from GTA 5. And that's it. So immediately the internet responds. Now, how does the internet respond? It depends on who you are in the internet. If you're a games journalist, you act like this is the biggest news ever. And the entire internet today, every single person who's a games journalist has put up this thing. GTA 6 confirmed. Finally, Rockstar says they're working on it. What do you think they were doing? No, really. What did you
Working
think
on
the company was
GTA
doing?
Online.
Not,
That you
it's
just
not
bitched
media
about. You
content
just bitched
behind the
about
scenes.
them
Of course, we all knew they
working
were
on
working
GTA
it for many
Online.
years. They just didn't want to say anything until they were ready, and now they feel like they're ready. But this is not news. News would be, oh, it's coming out next year on this date, and here's a bunch of screenshots and footage of it. That's news. Not, oh, we're making the game that obviously we're fucking making because we're in the business of making games. It's a non-announcement, essentially.
What about Bully 2?
But the
That's what I
other
thought.
group of people who are very, very up in arms and upset about this are people who like other games that Rockstar has done. And basically, this is confirmation. They just don't care about those games and aren't working on them anymore. For example, there's a very large community who thought Bully 2 would be in the pipeline. There were rumors about it for many years. There was even a leaked, many years ago, there was a leaked casting call in California for voice actors to play characters for a Rockstar game, and it was all teachers, professors, and stuff. And like, well, duh, if Rockstar's making a game where you need professors as voice actors, they're making Bully 2, right? So whatever happened to it? Apparently, Bully 2 at one point was in development and was dropped completely so that Rockstar could focus on GTA and Red Dead, and that was
And make
it.
more money.
They just dropped all of their projects.
I never played the
So
first
some people
Bully,
are
but I've
actually
seen
quite
gameplay of it. It looks like a
frustrated
good
with this
game.
news, because they were really hoping that there would be a new IP out of Rockstar to refresh things up, and that's not the case. The other community that's incredibly annoyed by this, incredibly
Bully 2 would not be a new IP.
is the Red
It
Dead
would be a
community.
sequel.
People who've liked Red Dead Redemption 1 and 2, played Red Dead Redemption 2 since launch, and actually tried
Wasn't
to
Bully
Red
the
Dead
one where you had to
Online
do the
live.
geography
For those who
map
don't know,
and
the Red Dead Online
couldn't
community
figure out
is
where Italy
one of the
was?
most abused, neglected communities ever. Because GTA Online has been this cash cow.
Mr. I'm
for
Italian.
Rockstar.
Where's Italy
So
on the
they
map
have
of Europe?
literally
I don't
put all
know.
their efforts into GTA Online. When they released Red Dead 2 with Red Dead Online, they were hoping that it would catch on and become the same as GTA Online. Now they would have two different online communities. Here's what happened. Within a couple months, pretty much the viewer or the gamer base for the online community of Red Dead dropped by about 95%. There ended up being a couple, maybe a couple 10,000, 100,000 players who did want to still play it and keep it alive. But Rockstar essentially just didn't update it anymore. That every once in a while, holiday event, discounted gold bars or fine gold bars, or you know what I mean? Like nothing special. Just every
Not
once
like
in a
WWE
while,
Champions, they're
throw in a
amazing
little bit of
holiday
some
releases.
breadcrumbs at them, just to say that there's new content to keep them appeased. But in reality, nothing of any substance. And in reality, what ended up happening was people just stopped buying any content for Red Dead Online because they said, if Rockstar's not going to support us, why would we support them? So Red Dead Online still exists. You could still boot up the game and play it right now, but it's like a ghost town. It's like you can't really find active people to play it consistently. And people are very upset about this because this is a community that they were promised was going to be robust and interesting and
Robust and
just like
flavorful?
GTA Online was, and it never really panned out to be that. I mean, I played it at launch. I thought it was okay, but it had a very limited amount of game modes. The game modes themselves were kind of wonky and not super fun to play, and it ended up being pretty much a big disappointment. So the Red Dead Online community is like, so let me get this straight. We've been with you the whole time. We've been trying to keep your community alive, and literally you're not doing anything for Red Dead Online. You're moving on to 6 now, GTA 6, and you're just going to drop us and act like we don't exist.
Well, make them more money and maybe they'll care about you.
So you know what they say. You can please some of the people all the time, all the people some of the time, but you can't please everybody all the time. Rockstar eventually was going to announce GTA 6. I don't know why they sneak announced it like this. You would think that maybe they would want it to be like hoopla or whatever, but they definitely like did it as like a sneaky side thing as opposed to a big, huge focused thing.
Message
You know what I'm
deleted.
I don't know why, but it is what it is. GTA 6 is coming. When? I don't know.
Clean and manual ban.
I don't know. What's the location? I don't know. Will it have GTA Online components? Yes. I don't even have to. Yes, it will. They want to keep their money coming. So there's going to have online components where they can nickel and dime the customer and milk them. They've already found the perfect formula to line their pockets with money for minimum effort. So they're going to keep that formula going. They're not stupid. Okay? All right. I'm actually going to close the blinds because the sun keeps coming out and going away and coming out and
The
going away.
sun!
And it's starting to fucking annoy
Not
me.
the
So I'm
sun!
gonna close the blinds. Okay.
I don't know if vampires are real, but I'm pretty sure he might be a vampire. How much he hates the sun. How's your pet horse and band?
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we are about to conclude the news discussion of the pre-stream podcast and get to shout-outs, there's one final thing I will say. It's a running thing that I've been saying for many years. I'll say it again this morning. Okay?
Give me money.
Ladies and gentlemen, money talks. Money talks.
And
Why
give it to
is
me.
Rockstar behaving in the manner that it's behaving? Why didn't they make Bully 2? Why are they not updating Red Dead Online? Why are they only focusing on GTA Online and now GTA 6? This is why. Okay? This right here. You see this? This is what people gave Rockstar through microtransactions. Okay? See what it is? It's $1 million. It's real. It's a real $1 million bill. It's my first one. I finally put together all my money. Yeah, right. It's a $1 million bill.
You made over $1 million doing YouTube and other
put
online
out
shit, and you
skins,
blew it all.
Weapons, cars, clothes.
You blew it
This
all.
is what they gave Rockstar. All right? And when you do this,
Just think if you hadn't
you
blown
get
all your money,
the
you would
end
actually
game
have
of
$1
what
million.
you see Rockstar doing right now. You stifle innovation. You destroy any reasoning. Excuse me. Any reasoning for them to do anything creative. Rockstar has
Like
not
buying the
actually
Grand
done
Theft
anything
Auto
creative in about a
Definitive
decade.
Trilogy,
Seriously,
like you did.
the things that they put out in the last decade, they were working on beforehand. GTA 5, Red Dead Redemption 2. Those things were already in the pipeline. They have not worked on anything creative in a very long time because you guys gave them this.
You!
And said, we like
You motherfucker.
microtransactions.
You gave
We
them the
like
money.
skins. We like junk content. So we're going to pay you continuously for that junk. And what happens? They make more junk over and over and over to the point where now they're a junk maker. That's what they do. They make junk, and people pay for it, and people are addicted to paying for junk, and that's why they do what they do. When you reward
self-projection is off the fucking charts. Holy shit, pot meat kettle.
If you're someone
then chew on your fingernails because it's black.
who has looked for updates
Hit that
to
like
Red Dead
button.
Online, who has
That was a good
looked
joke. I don't
for,
care what
I
anyone
want
says.
GTA 6 right away, and I want narrative story-based content from Rockstar. But then you went to GTA Online and you kept playing it and putting money into it. You're part of the problem. You're not the core problem, but you're part of the problem, right?
This is
You
Dark
get
Side Phil.
what you pay for, okay? So if you did that, yeah, you know, I mean, come on, look at the mirror.
1651.
This is what happens with games and the game community. Do you really think that all these companies out there would be putting out games with microtransactions, loot boxes, random shit? Do you think that game companies and game devs would be talking about NFTs in the amount that they're talking about them right now if they didn't say, hey, we see a track record of people spending a lot of money on stupid shit, so here's another
Hey,
stupid
they may
thing
have
that
been
we can sell
1096
them,
after
and they'll
tax.
just fall for it and buy it.
And of course, 1651.
Right? That's why they're thinking. If no one ever bought microtransactions or loot boxes, why the hell would they think that NFTs would work? They'd be like, ah, fuck, we'll forget it. It's just another waste of time. But they've literally seen
DSP
evidence.
spend more money
that
on
people go for it every
microtransactions than
time.
on his mortgage.
So let's turn our games into NFT makers. Play our game for 40 hours, earn an NFT, and then try to resell it out later on. That gamers will see the value in this. There's no value. There's no fucking value for a gamer. A gamer is buying a game to play the game and enjoy it, not to fucking resell the game for a profit later. Even if you do that, that's like such an afterthought of a reason for buying a game, right? But this is what these companies don't understand. They're thinking right here. Rockstar, EA, Ubisoft, Troy fucking Baker, the voice actor. This is what they're seeing because this is all that we've done. We've rewarded them for their bad behaviors over the years. So now they're all bad, and they're going to keep being bad.
Troy Baker is bad. Why? Because he makes more money than I do, and he's famous and popular, and people like him.
Then stop spending money on them. Stop playing GTA Online and spending money on it. Stop buying 100 fucking cosmetic microtransactions in every game. Stop buying the loot box pulls in every fucking game. Stop that bullshit. If you stop it, they'll say,
he could have paid off the Connecticut condo, sold it, used the money he made from selling it to pay off his back taxes, and been fine.
They've, in the last 10 years, been told you don't need to make
microtransactions.
Just put out junk, and idiots will keep buying it because they're addicted. That's not good.
Bought the Grand Theft Auto trilogy.
A bad example, and that's what they're following.
As you played the legendary version of Skyrim.
Yes, abso-fucking-lutely. Bully 2 should have been made. It's an atrocity that it never was. But we told them, hey, here's another $20. Give me a fucking stupid car. You know? Give me another hoodie for $5. This is great. Take my money. And that's just what happens. This is a whole industry now that's now been like
yes, him trying to tell you how a business should be ran is hilarious. Mr. I declare bankruptcy.
Same thing with Nintendo. Nintendo, they do all the things that the consumers don't want, and the consumers reward them. Nintendo, we really want a Switch Pro. We want a Nintendo Switch with better graphics, more power on the inside, more storage, better speakers, better controllers because your Joy-Cons drift. Can you improve the Switch? We love the Switch, but we want a better version. Okay, here's the Switch OLED. Oh, what did you change? Slightly bigger screen, slightly better speakers, and a better stand. Everything else is identical. Fuck you, buy it again. Okay, and then they go buy it. So
I think he bought Cat One.
Switch Pro if you went and bought the piece of shit.
I think that's why he hates the Switch
OLED
OLED so much.
But this is it. People
because he bought Cat One because she wanted it.
Must buy, must spend, and then you get stuck. You get stuck in this rut of the same loop of bullshit, and we're never gonna get out of it if people don't improve their behaviors. Okay?
Well, you never improve your behaviors, DSP.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for shout-outs. Let's do it. Let's go to the YouTube side of things first.
Ban.
We start off with Nathan Smith, who did a super chat this morning. He says, before you start the game, go to options and turn
I bet no one at her job
music.
knows that
I think
he's
what we'll do,
married to her.
Because I've heard about this. But
people at work don't even know that she's married.
Music, does that mean there's no music? Or does that mean that there's actually royalty-free music? I don't understand. Because I know that they did recommend this. They said if you're going to stream the game, you might want to do this. but I also don't want to ruin the gameplay experience. I don't know if the music in the game that's licensed is like really good or actually adds to it, or if everyone, I don't want to have a silent game, you know. I haven't really had many issues when it comes to the music, right? The only issue that I've had when I was playing the GTA
Blondie.
Definitive Edition
Blondie
trilogy,
music
a few
apparently
videos
gets
actually ended up getting blocked because the songs were licensed in a country where like the country had some issue with the, I don't know. So the video get blocked. I don't want my videos to get blocked. Okay, if they get claimed, is that annoying? Yes, absolutely. Especially on a new playthrough like this, where I'm going to be playing a brand new game, and I want to get a lot of views on that video so that people will start watching that playthrough and/or
And
start
give me
watching
money.
the channel. Okay, so it is kind of important to get views on part 1 of Dying Light 2. Okay, if the video gets blocked, pretty much the whole series is dead.
Alan Smithy, I
All right? But I
love.
would hope.
For those of you who don't know,
that
Alan
basically,
Smithy
if I leave
is
music on,
the name
they
directors
didn't
use when they
just,
don't want
like,
their
for
name attached to a
example,
movie.
They didn't just get Bohemian Rhapsody from Queen to just start playing randomly in an area, and now the whole video gets blocked on the internet because of it. You know what I'm saying? Or, oh, God forbid, who was it? Blondie. Oh, my God. Whatever you do, if you do anything on YouTube, stay the fuck away from Blondie music. Blondie music is the ultimate blocker on YouTube. You play it, your video is shot. You will never... No one will ever see your video with Blondie music in it. So please tell me there's no Blondie fucking music in this game. You know what I'm saying? I hope. So let's think about it, right? I guess we got to think about it and try to figure out, do I want to leave it on or not? At this point, I kind of just want to play the game today for what it is.
When they do that, it's
If we end up
usually
having issues with it after the fact, then maybe
what's a good way of explaining
change
it?
it. You know, turn it all. Like,
All right, let's say this director wants to make this movie. The studio says, "All right, we'll fund that movie you want to make. Then you have to make these 3 movies for us at a lower price."
I'll turn it on.
Like, well, I gotta accept the deal, or I can't make my movie. So they accept
and go from there.
the deal,
I'd like to give it a shot,
but they don't want their name
at least.
attached to the
I wanna
movies
see
that the
early
studio
hours
made
of
them
the game,
make.
how the game
So
developers
they go by
take
Alan
the
Smithy.
experience with the music and everything on, and then if we have to turn it off, we'll turn it off. Okay. Please, no fucking Blondie. Really? Oh my God, that would be bad. Okay. Okay.
It's actually
Jared Walsh did a super chat.
happens to a lot of
Says, "Phil,
actors. Like,
are you getting
this is an amazing actor. They did these 3 movies that were fantastic.
Number one,
How
because
come they were in
there's
these 2 movies that were just
impossible
actually
you would have to
just
sit around
garbage?
trying to pre-order it months ago.
A lot of times, like, all right, I got signed on to do a movie deal. They showed me 2 scripts. These 2 scripts were amazing. Like, yeah, I'll sign up for a 5 movie deal. It's like, yeah, there's a reason why they only showed you 2 scripts. Because there were only 2 scripts that were good. The other 3 scripts were shit.
So I really don't have.
But since they signed on to a 5 script deal, they're stuck doing those shitty movies.
Became a member of the channel. Thank you for the support, Jared, as a member of the channel. I appreciate that. Commander Keen did a super chat and says, "Would you consider working as an executive of a big game company? You know what real gamers want. You do such a good job." Yes. In fact, I have a big announcement to make as of today. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been made the chief directing officer and commander of Butthole Games. It's a really cool studio. They make games all about buttholes. So I know
of course, you gotta go back to scat.
So I'm gonna be in charge of this. Yes, of course, I'd definitely be put into the director's role of a company. Yes. Zoya did a super chat and says, "Would you say your chat moderation is strict or soft?" Here's the thing.
Very
We
strict.
have enough things in
Nazi
place,
chat.
automatic, that I actually don't actively have to do too much moderation on the streams, which is a good thing. I don't want to sit here moderating constantly. I don't want my mod team to have to be sitting here micromanaging and moderating constantly. We set up enough filters. We set up enough protections that
A block,
a lot
horse,
of issues
snort.
are kind of auto-fixed. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't become issues. There's a lot of messages that are kind of questionable that get blocked automatically or held for review. You can manually approve them so people can see them. We stopped the spamming. Remember, we had a spam issue, people coming in with bot accounts. Can't do that anymore because we're in subscriber-only mode. So, really, the moderation is...
People can't troll me
quite
anymore,
limited on DSP Gaming for what we actually have to do, which is a great thing. Obviously, no one wants to sit around just having to micromanage.
I don't know who Chicken Man is, but probably if they're as bad as DSP.
Yeah, we need to lock it down or do it. We have the ability.
Officer Sanders, yes, I forgot.
Had to go to
They had to block
members
that word from his chat.
Ever.
Can you imagine?
Since I
Why
started
is Officer
full-time streaming on
Sanders
YouTube,
blocked?
I've never put
You can't talk about it,
Which is
guys.
pretty crazy to think, because we had to do subscriber only lots of
Terrible,
times
Jambo.
on Twitch. But it just
But you're
seems
not
like
wrong.
there's a lot more overall high level control over chat here on YouTube. So yeah, so there you go. Do I have to moderate every once in a while? Yes. Yes. Is it annoying? Yes.
Having to lean and manual ban people for
That's
saying
just an
ack,
asshole
ack,
thing.
ack.
Always gonna have an asshole, right? Okay. Over to the tip side of things. Malcolm is our first tipper of the day with a $1.50 tip. He says, "Hello, Phil. Have a great stream today. And February is going to be a stacked month. Make room for Skyrim." Laughing out loud. That seems to be the sentiment a lot of people have been saying. They're like, listen, we understand that Skyrim is a 10-year-old game. We understand there's going to be a ridiculous amount of new releases for you to be playing in the month of February, and you got to give those priority. But please don't forget Skyrim. Like, I have people appealing to me, please don't forget Skyrim. Please keep playing it, even if it means you only a few hours a week. Please still play it. We love Skyrim. We want Skyrim to continue. And I hear you. Like I said, for now, I'm going to do my best to keep it in the rotation at least a few hours a week as night streams, and we'll go from there. I love Skyrim. I want to keep it going. I don't want it to freeze and be stagnant for a month or two, you know, so we'll see what happens with that, okay?
And then we have Panda Lee was
Antokumaru
most likely his first
says,
girlfriend.
I just beat Arceus.
Which is
so
sad.
Pokemon Legends Arceus. Fantastic game. It's now
This is
my
what,
favorite Pokemon game
29,
ever.
28
This will be the
years
first Pokemon
old?
game I'll attempt to catch all the Pokemon in. I hope that you'll continue to enjoy it the way that you have. And your Arceus streams will do well. I don't want to see you drop the game. And I don't want to drop the game, you know. What I can tell you is that last night's stream was definitely a step back in the right direction after Tuesday night stream being pretty much insanely slow, you know, very low engagement. There was a lot more interest.
Tips were low
In Pokemon last night, which I was pleased with. But I really do hope that people come out for the Pokemon streams and support them because, you know, it's a game that I like. I want to play. I know it's going to be a lengthy game, you know, but I hope that people will support that playthrough. Okay. CM Fools to me $2. He says, "Are you going to play GTA 5? Yes, absolutely, 100 million %. When GTA 5 comes out in March, I'm gonna delete all other games off of my consoles, even ones that I haven't finished and have ongoing playthroughs. I'm gonna delete them and the save files to make sure I have absolutely nothing to distract me when the GTA 5 re-release comes out on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. Both consoles, too. I'm gonna just delete them, wipe the hard drives to make sure that there's absolutely nothing standing between me and GTA 5. Okay. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
she's a few years younger than he is, but I can't remember how much
Hold on,
younger.
I didn't add that. I didn't add anything here. Hold on. That's CM Fool. That's right. That's the jowl cam. Do you like that camera angle? The jowl cam? Phil's flabby, flopping, gelatinous jowl cam. You ready? Jowl cam!
No one needs
Jowl
to say that.
cam! There you go.
God, no one needs
Someone
to say
insulted
that.
me in the chat, so I'll just roll with it. Okay. Schultzy tipped me $1.50 and says, "Would you ever consider getting a Quest 2? There's a lot of cheap games. The games are only getting better. I know you played PSVR, but the controllers and games are much better now. Would you make some fun? It would make for some fun content." I don't even know what the Quest 2 is. Is that Oculus? Is that like VR? No, I have zero interest in VR. It's a gimmick. The games that
It is not a gimmick.
were gimmicky and were fun for about 2 months, and then I had no interest in ever doing it again, and I don't want to ever do it again.
Because you suck
Yeah.
at them.
Okay. Ugly Tuna Roll tipped me $4.20 and says,
VR
"We just
is
want
the
Bug Snacks
coolest
to
thing
be
to ever come to gaming.
Well, actually, they're not making Bug Snacks, dude. They're making an actual standalone expansion to Bug Snacks, right? Didn't they announce this? They said that they are actually going to make more Bug Snacks content, and it is coming out sometime this year. We just don't know when.
Chair squeak.
I believe they did announce that. Due to the insane success of Bug Snacks 1 that no one expected. I'm pretty sure.
It's amazing how much he loved that game. It's a children's game, and he
We
just
have more
absolutely
shout-outs on the
fucking loved
YouTube
it.
Side.
Not my weekend. I just got today off.
So
Then I got to work
Twisted
Saturday,
Resistor
Sunday,
did a
Monday,
super
Tuesday,
chat
Wednesday,
and says,
Thursday.
I'm super excited to see this playthrough.
I got to work
Which
6 days in a row.
difficulty
Who
are you
wrote the
going to play it
schedule?
on? East,
Oh, wait, I
normal,
did.
or hard? East, normal, or hard? Whatever the standard default is, that's what I'm doing. I always play games.
They
on the
didn't ban
default
him,
setting.
but he got
Usually use
in trouble
normal.
for threatening to
That's what I'm
punch an
playing.
11-year-old. Oh, bitch slap an 11-year-old. I'm sorry.
Project 2319 did a $5 super chat and says, "Have you ever?"
I've already
Polar
blessed it with
Seltzer?
WD-40.
The lime flavor is the best stuff ever. I'm sure I did at some point. I've never drank it actively or anything on the regular, but I'm sure at some point I've had Polar Seltzer. But I can't really speak to it because I haven't had it anytime recently. Zoya just did a super chat and said, "MB, your audience is simply too mature for Pokemon now." I think that's a silly thing to say, Zoya, because a lot of people who are fans of Pokemon now are actually older people. People who played Pokemon back in the day, and actually it's been a part of their gaming life their entire life, right?
I want to get my
Pokemon
Game Boy
Blue
back out and play
on
Pokemon
the
Blue
Game Boy
again.
Pocket in the 90s. Then I kind of stayed away from Pokemon for the longest time, but you guys wanted me to eventually come back to it as a content creator, and I did. I came back to it. I started playing Pokemon Moon, Pokemon Ruby, Pokemon Sword and Shield, Pokemon Snap, and now Pokemon Legends.
But I have no
Arceus.
way to hook up
And
my Game
for
Boy
me,
to my PC to stream it.
It's actually kind of nostalgic to play Pokemon because I feel like I'm back in the day in the 90s playing this on my Game Boy Pocket. I feel like it's a callback to the old days of gaming, right? Are there younger kids who play Pokemon?
Pokemon,
I'm sure.
yes.
I'm absolutely sure there are younger people playing it, but
Because I got
think
blue,
that
red,
there's actually
and
a large
yellow.
group of people who are nostalgic
Then I
who
got
also continuously play it.
Silver,
would
I
say
think.
It's kind of a mix.
Then I got Pokemon X.
And I don't think that's really any issue.
Yeah, I may have skipped like 3 generations.
Carlos just did a super chat and says, "Just to support you." Thank you, Carlos. I appreciate that. So Carlos is the latest super chatter now. Appreciate that, Carlos. Okay. I think
His chat.
we have now
There's no
got
age
the
limit for
record.
enjoying
I'm just gonna
Pokemon.
double-check that.
I'd support Pokemon. Like,
Let's actually,
How
while
about
we're
you?
here, let's check on channel members and see how we're doing with channel members. The highest we've ever had is 357. Okay, that's the record.
then why did you make your
Currently,
new
we
goal
are at-
400? You're not gonna
That's
reach
the
it.
wrong thing.
Unless OSC shows up and
Currently,
makes
we are at-
100 sock accounts, you're not reaching 400.
356. We're only one member below the record.
Why were
Where'd
you
that
not
go?
making it
Thank you guys so
375
much
or
for your support.
360?
I appreciate
Go up by
that very
10
much.
every month. Would
Currently,
make more sense
on the
than
stream, we have
trying to
over
shoot for the moon.
160 likes and climbing. The likes are going to give this stream tons of visibility. People are going to find it on YouTube and watch me play Dying Light 2 today, which is excellent. So thank you guys for that. If you're enjoying
But
the
let's
stream,
say,
please
oh,
consider supporting
this guy's
the
playing
channel.
Dying Light 2. You click on it
Why
and
do I
sudden
say
it's
that?
like,
Oh,
he's
shit.
not playing Dying Light 2. What the fuck? I thought this is
Why do
the
I
Dying
say
Light 2
tip?
stream.
Because right now,
It is a
tips
Dying
number
Light 2
one
stream.
Are going to help me pay
He just
for all
refuses
new
to play the
games coming
game.
out in February, and there's a lot, so I'm going to need help with that. Number two, I need help this month with some bills and stuff going on, and tips are the way that can help with that.
Do
I'm
you
not saying
wanna
membership
play the
super chats
fucking game?
Don't help. They do. They help long term. I don't see any benefit from any memberships or super chats for a month and a half. While if you tip me today, I get that today. I can use it to pay bills and things that I need help with. So please, if you're having a good time, you're enjoying the stream today, please tip me. How can you tip? Type exclamation point tip into the stream chat. It'll bring up the link, or you can look at the description of this stream.
You're not wrong,
Tips
Haley.
are awesome.
It is easy to
Because
forget
it
this
works
is a
with the tip
gameplay
goal.
stream.
When we raise $50 of tips today, I'll put on my Gunner glasses. If we raise $100 of tips on this stream, I'll put on a hat of your choice. We will do a poll for the hats. However, the Pilot/M Bison hat will not be eligible because that is to be eligible for tonight's Street Fighter stream. Okay? And then if we do happen to raise $150, which would be outstanding. It's a
Because
premier
Pigrich
stream.
had no
It would be
interaction
excellent.
for
It would be actually
years on his
difficult
channel.
to save $150.
Or Sir Bernal was
Put
smart
on
enough to
a
be
vest
like,
of your choice.
hey guys,
All the vests are eligible, and I haven't
go
worn
ahead.
a vest in
Thumbs
a
up,
very
thumbs
long
down,
time.
comment,
So it would be great
share
if
it
we
out.
do that today. All right, guys? All right. Thank you all in advance. I think it's time to end the pre-stream podcast. And
Then
jump
the
into
pre-stream
Dying Light 2.
podcast?
I hope it's good. Please, Lord, let there be less bugs than there were in Dying Light 1 7 years ago, because that was the major reason why.
But it's
I
only
wanted
been
to
an
do
hour and a
this podcast.
half,
I really would
DSP.
like that game to be my
You-
game of
you
the
can't
year,
end the
but
pre-stream
it's
yet.
Playable because everything that happened with those game bugs, and I really hope that they fix them in 7 years. You know, excuse.
Clown mode.
How do you become a channel member? I'll put the link into the chat. You type !membership into the stream chat. It brings up the link, and then you click on that, and then you go through the instructions there, and that's how you become a member. Thank you for even asking, Resistor.
People in the chat.
Captain
All right,
Charisma
time to leave. The good
just
part of the
tipped
stream is
me
over.
$1.50 and said, I gotta ask, why do you use quotes like this as a negative term? If you look back at gaming, it's built on gimmicks. Wouldn't the world niche be more fitting on just something that's not for everyone? Huh? I get the feeling you said something that got censored or something. Hold on a second here.
Did you censor it?
It looks like there's something missing in your message. Like, I don't understand the word there because there's quotes, but there's nothing in the quotes. I'm so confused. I'll read this word for word. I gotta ask, why do you use, and then he has 4 quotation marks, as a negative term? If you look back at gaming, it's been built on gimmicks. Wouldn't the word niche, be more fitting as something that's not for everyone? I don't know. Your word is missing. The key word of your entire statement, Captain Charisma, is missing. So with the word missing, I can't figure out what you're trying to get at, and I can't answer in an intelligible way.
Stall. I don't want to be Mr. Stall.
Oh, gimmick. The word gimmick didn't show up in the fucking quotes for some reason. So he's saying, why do you think gimmicks are a negative term? Because usually, anything that's based on a gimmick becomes a one-trick pony and doesn't feel like a complete or robust experience otherwise.
We already bitch about the Japanese getting them.
Whether it's a game, whether it's a movie, a TV show, whether it's a piece of food, whether it's, you know what I mean? Any product that's sold.
Theory is he made a lot of money off of Dogecoin or Ethereum or Bitcoin.
Said gimmick, and it loses its quality.
No proof of that, obviously, but that's what people think.
I'm not saying that all gimmicks are bad. I'm just saying that when you focus only on a gimmick, right, then once that gimmick wears out, then there's no quality left behind, right? If, let's say, in Dying Light, there's a unique combat mechanic that's never been seen in any game before, but that's really all there is to the game, is you just keep doing the same combat mechanic over and over. That'll be fun for, what, an hour? And then after that, when the gimmick wears out, now you don't like it anymore because it's boring. You've seen it. You want to know what game suffered from that? Sekiro. Sekiro is a game that solely was based on a parry gimmick, and once you mastered the parry, you saw the whole game, essentially. It wasn't really that good of a game afterward. So...
Or you looked up guides to know that the Guardian Ape had 2 phases.
A lot of times people who focus on a gimmick, that's it. It's the one-trick pony deal. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, that's why I see that. Overall, in general, I feel it is a negative thing. It's not always. In some cases, you could have a game that has many different gimmicks or aspects that are added together to become a really good, cohesive whole. Okay? Brian has tipped me $5. Just can't wait to see the playthrough. Thank you, Brian. I appreciate that. I can't wait to try the game, and hopefully it's good. There's no guarantees, but I do hope the game is good. Let's get Brian up on the leaderboard as the top tipper of the day here. And then add that with the dollars. It's another 6. So we're up to $15 tipped so far today. Thank you, guys. I think there was more YouTube side contributions. Yes, Twisted Resistor became a channel member. Thank you, Twisted Resistor. With that, ladies and gentlemen.
But I thought members didn't help you, dude. You need those tips. You really do.
If another person becomes a member today, it's a record. It's a new record, which would be outstanding. Thank you. And Carlos just did another super chat asking, do you have a Cash App? No, the only things I accept are memberships, super chats, super stickers, or tips via PayPal. That's it. I don't have any other apps. I don't have any other stuff.
I don't know if Carlos Rodriguez was a stock account for OIC to be tipping, not
all these
super chatting.
Ways to pay, these microcurrencies and everything that are going crazy, they're all a
No, we're not starting now, dude. You gotta stall. It's not time yet.
Accountants these days and tax guys can't figure out exactly how you're supposed to qualify this shit. It'd be a nightmare if I was accepting a million other payment methods. I'm just not doing it. I have so many ways. And by the way, if you don't want to do a membership, a super chat, a super sticker, or a tip via PayPal, you can go to my Patreon at patreon.com/DarkSidePhil and pledge there. And that's also a great way to contribute. And a lot of people do that too.
Okay. Dude, Dick Sasso, tell me how long before you get fired.
It's time to end the
All right, don't actually do that. That's bad.
Get started with Dying Light.
That's bad, okay.
We're about to find out. So hold on to your butts.
Don't forget to hit that like button, guys.
If you enjoyed this podcast, Give it a like. If you watch it on YouTube on
Currently
demand, you liked it, give it a like, leave
refresh.
a comment on some of the stuff I talked about.
25
Let's get fun discussion going.
likes.
Let's
Holla,
get started
holla.
with Dying Light 2. Yes, yes, yes. Go to Japan if you're in Japan. See you in Langville. Bye-bye. Peace out, everyone. Until next time. See you later.
I like to have him and they have Jasper, but they don't have his wife, you know? His wife, that's part of his family. She's not in the outro as a member of the family. Love it.
There you go. Hey. Nice. Okay. Bring this over here. Right here. Like that.
You actually want to watch some of the gameplay? I don't know.
Excellent.
I mean, I do
Now,
plan on getting it
go.
eventually.
Here we go. Nice. Awesome.
I'll probably play some Diablo 2 Resurrected while watching the new Jack Reacher on Amazon
Nice.
Prime.
Oh, it would help if I plugged my headphones in.
Way to be ready there,
Silent
DSP.
Dying Light 2. Okay. All right, guys. 7 years later. 7 years since Dying Light 1. Can you believe it? Did anyone even think that this game would get a sequel 7 years later? Seriously. I don't think anyone could have predicted that. I think you would have thought either you get no sequel or a sequel would have come out way earlier. We had to wait 7 years for Dying Light to get a sequel. After having seen this game presented at multiple E3s, multiple digital press events.
Yeah, I don't think I want to cover this. He's annoying as shit. Do you know how long I've been waiting for fucking Dead Island 2? Years. Before Dying Light was even announced, I've been waiting for Dead Island 2. I love Dead Island 1 and Riptide. On the PS3, it was the first time me and my friends got Bluetooth headsets for our phones, so we'd all sit there and talk to each other while playing the game. Then on PS4, we all bought it again. And this time we had headsets for our controllers, so we'd all talk to each other while we played the game. Yeah, we'll probably never get a Dead Island 2, sadly. Don't want it, though. Yeah, he could have been like a lot of streamers who are doing nothing but GTA Online. I'm doing challenges and, alright guys, I'm going to try to see if I can't get this done in under 10 minutes. It generally takes around 12 to 15 minutes, but I'm going to try to get it done in under 10 minutes. Oh, I missed it by 18 seconds. Alright guys, well tomorrow I'm going to try it again, but now we're going to move on to this. And Dying Light doesn't play exactly like Dead Island. It's close. But Dying Light does have the parkour, which is fantastic because, holy shit, is it annoying when a fence comes up to your knees and you can't get over it. Because you can't jump over it. It comes up to my knees. I could get over it. Let alone this super buff Marine guy that's Special Forces, Navy SEAL Team 12, went in and took out Osama Bin Laden and Hitler at the same time. But oh no, there's a fence that comes up to your knees. Alright, guess you gotta walk around. So thankfully for Dying Light, that's probably one of my favorite things they did in that game was the parkour. Another thing I liked about Dying Light, the day to versus night mechanic. During the times like, alright, time to explore, get here, do that, get this door unlocked. Like, alright, at night you gotta go to this bridge, get this light. I've already cleared the way, got like all the debris moved, got the doors unlocked. I'm gonna be sitting there trying to fight with a door with supercharged zombies running around. And go. Yeah. Very spoopy skeleton at night in the game. Which again, that was a fantastic mechanic for that game. Yeah, but I'd never had that glitch that he talked about, but I played it on PC, so may have been played better on PC than on console. Spoopy, scaredy skeletons and shivers down your spine. Easily amused. But yeah, I think I'll play some Diablo 2 Resurrected while watching the new Jack Reacher. My buddy called off work, so, well, didn't really have much of a choice with the snow and all that, and the roads, everything being no level 2 or 3 in the area. But he called off work and was like, fuck it. I've already watched Jack Reacher. Well, now I gotta watch it so I can talk to him about it. Well, if you've never played Dying Light, it's Dead Island with parkour. And a couple other mechanic changes, but it's Dead Island with parkour and other mechanic changes. Different story, different timeline, different world, but same thing. But it's different enough to be its own game. A good game. Never beat it because Witcher 3 came out and I got 100% distracted by that. Then I never beat that because VR came out. I got distracted by that for years. Then when I went back to try to play Witcher 3, it's like, I don't know the controls. Q, what does Q do? Oh, no, you gotta hit tilde, then you gotta hit tab. You gotta hit tab, tilde, alt, Z at the same time to do this. Or figure out how to get your PlayStation 4 controller to work on your PC, and a lot easier. Which I did. Which, if I can get Fallout 4 beat anytime soon. But technically, I could probably beat Fallout 4 in 2 more streams if I focus on just the main missions. But what's the point of that? I got all the DLCs. I want to play the DLCs. Play other missions to do, groups to join, organizations to find. Like with Skyrim, you can beat it in 20 hours, or you can play for 200 hours. Fallout, you can beat it in 20, or you can play it for 200. Yeah. Well, maybe by the time I get around to playing Elden Ring, I'll have a PS5. Doubt it, but... Or by then it'll be half price. That's one of the nice things about having so many games to play that I already own. Like, oh, this great game just came out. 3 months later, it's $20 off. I'll grab it now. Well, guys, I'm gonna let you go. Thank you for watching. Hopefully I was able to entertain you at least a little bit. And hada hada for the da 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 da, explode an apple and Ron Jambo. I gotta say thank you for watching. As always, like, subscribe, comment down below, and have one hell of a day. Dun dun dun.